thought, if I come live a little early, it gives me time to actually. How is someone already like the live? That's what I was in. That thing? Oh well. Anyway. I am so tired this morning. Last night, yet again, just every hour I woke up. Where the fuck I pointed it? No REM, no deep sleep, just hourly waking up. So shit. Making ourselves a coffee. And then, to be honest, I've been brainstorming this idea of putting an engraving at the board. See if the printer works sick. Probably won't. I mean, it's just some wishful ass thinking, but I'll be honest. I don't know. I kind of believe in sixth senses. Do you agree? I kind of fully do. I don't believe everyone is tuned into this. Some other people are. I do believe in a sixth sense. Unlike my whole life, if I feel like something's going to go wrong, I kind of really manifest it. Because I know something's going to go wrong. Literally try not even. It is a form of manifestation. I do believe in sixth sense. I believe in like manifesting as well. So the amount of stuff that I'll be like, this is going wrong. Like certain things and projects I pushed on really hard because I felt like such good potential there with it. The best example of that is the escape awards recently. What I was mixing together as a formula, apparently it wouldn't work. Apparently they wouldn't cure properly, which I didn't believe. I was like, I feel like it's going to cure. And when everything is good, it's staring in your face and telling you it's not going to work, and it does. I mean, not even just everything, like statistically, and after looking it up, it said it wouldn't cure. I was like, I don't believe that shit. I believe this root I agree. It's a bit like a sixth sense. I do believe in that shit. I am my own wheel. This was ages ago. very slowly so I don't kill the cows. I don't kill all the cows all the time. What can I say? I need a haircut. Just slightly. It is me facing a microwave. The kettle and a door and some salt. Oh, that's actually starting to properly rain. Peak. Use the kettle for one person. Takes a few half the other time. Shucking down outside, so I won't be going out there. I have played Fortnite before, I don't anymore. I'd have to make an objection growing up. I play with fingerboards instead. People don't understand that. Not really a good joke, is it? So at the end of the day, you only grow up if you stop having fun. You know what I mean? Growing up is a mental mindset, I can tell you that now. Because I get told by people who are older than me and my adopted parents that, oh, Josh, you've been through more than I have, level. You've been through it. And then, these people, like my adopted parents are 60, and they're telling me I've got more life experience than them. And not in years, but in experience. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I can tell you now that the majority in years and everything is just a mindset. When you've got people who bought 3 houses, like that's my adopted parents, and they're telling me they're saying that I am mature than them. The fact that also now I've started a business, they're just absolutely mind blown by it. They're like, I know even I was sorted by your age. And I think that is kind of getting forced what I've gone through. And I just forces you to grow up with. The age is just a number. It quite literally is. And I mean, I always play to a degree. And as I've got older, I really believe it. If anything, when you're older, you're just a older kid with more experience. Like you still want to. No one wants to pay bills. No one wants to grow old. As soon as you hit like the age of 10, like, oh fuck this. Like, don't ever wish your life away. Facts. It's not why I don't play Fortnite anymore though. It's just I got too good at it, to be honest with you. And as I've done, alright, I'm like, oh look at me. I was a sweat. I'd get like a royale. Like, you know when you get the crowns, right? I'd have like at one point I get like back to back battle royales, solos, and I'm just like, oh. Then I stopped for a while. Then I came back to it, and I got annoyed that I couldn't get the same level because these kids were destroying me. And I was like, this kid's probably 10 years old. But it's just saying you got like if you aren't giving your all your time to it, what's the point? I mean, I respect it if you're doing like maybe not ranked or if you're just doing it for the fun of it. But I struggle to game and have fun. it becomes very competitive for me. So I get very mad about the whole thing. So I end up just like, yeah, fuck this. Not the best. That's sick, bro. Go on. Well, on this line, just because it goes off of each line, you definitely would be my number one fan from all my life. I've had people who sit here for 4 hours and watch me before, like, respect to those people. Holy shit. What was I doing? Coffee. Trying to wake up a little bit, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Gaming to me is just like I said, you never. I don't think it's any. I skateboard again, and I have my own business. I'm busy all the time. Very busy. Um, and also I started skating again. So I'm like even tired. So I'm just having that mix. By the time it comes to gaming, like I'm sat there and I'm like, I have so many other things I need to do and want to do. Where gaming could just be a thing that I want to do sometimes. It's not a thing I need to do. So I've learned to put the things that I want to do and need to do kind of into one category. It's probably not off. It's probably on the washing machine. It's probably because my phone's down on the side, so that might even be a tiny bit better. One sec. You know, I grew up playing like, oh my days, bro. The washing machine's still got 9 minutes left. Let me make this coffee in my head into it. I love those. Oh my days. Anyway, that might be a little bit better just for you. The washing machine is going to get louder as it gets to the last 3 minutes. Yeah, we good. Right. Where am I putting this? Voila. Oh my god, it actually starts pissing me off. What? Okay, I guess I won't be skating today then. That's sad times. This is what I'm on about. So silly. Because once they go, they go. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good Monday, Tuesday. Fuck knows what it is. I actually completely, I don't know. I have no need to know the day of the week when I work from home. I know that sounds stupid. It's just well, business meetings, but those business meetings are dates and days, and I haven't had one now for like not actually, it's probably like 4 months, 5 months, and in that time period, because I mean technically, someone to meet, I get meeting with me. I have had people try and connect with me over like IG and all the other platforms, but I'm too busy. I'm literally way too busy for a person. Obviously, if you follow me for a while, you know I make skateboards, fingerboard wheels,
waxes and new formulas of waxes. It's like a one-time applied as wax. Boom, buttery curb for life. I mean, not for life, but for a long time through any weather. I've made a new type of wheel, which is 85A, but it acts like 95A for power slides, but it has better rebound. And I posted a video on it. Like the board, I posted that one today. The board, when I drop it, and it bounces on my wheels, it bounces more and it's quieter. I mean, it has more, and that's good because obviously front of board, it's not going to bounce. It just absorbs. I mean, because there's no one on it, it's going to bounce. It's just got good rebound to it. It's about the same as 85A, which is brilliant for going over pebbles really well. Not all pebbles, you will still get thrown up by some, but the harder the wheel, essentially the harder even the tiniest pebbles are going to throw you off. Obviously, the smallest cracks, divots, anything you'll get launched off. Where with these, not so much. Like they're actually smooth as shit. I feel like I'm a bit biased because I made the wheels, but that was like the same with the fingerboards. And then other people gone, actually, no, I actually prefer this to my Black River deck. Now that's saying something because that's like the biggest company out there. But I just let people get it for themselves and try it. That's why I have. At the moment, we've had a lot of sales on. Well, since the beginning when I made the company, I had brilliant deals on. I've had up to 50%. I've done giveaways because the main thing is it's not trying to sell people shit that they then go get it and go, this is crap. They get it and go, wow, I want more of these. And the news spreads like that. And that is essentially what happened. It was like an avalanche. Do you know what I mean? I think I've had about 6 customers in the States, which people might go, that's not a lot. But considering Trump's tariffs that we've had in place, the cost of those to import any goods, it's been kind of high. So I can't thank you guys enough. It's been incredible. I mean, I personally, this is the truth, this may be real, but I wouldn't have bought one. I'd have been like, for now at the moment, why everything's so expensive, yeah, I'm going to just hold up a little bit, or like maybe there's a deal on, but I would not have. People have paid like $120 to get one board, which is just absolutely wild. And I'm not about skateboard right now. I'm on about fingerboard. I wouldn't pay $120 to get a board as well. Actually, I've paid it for the impact board. I knew it was waterproof and chip resistant, so there's a reason why I don't know. I hope my mic is a little bit better now. Thank you. My mic, it won't be off because obviously if people hear what I'm saying, there's liking it, then it's not going to be off. It might be off in the sense that it might not be the best, but I have broken my phone like 4. I swear God is trying to test my patience, bro. He's broken my phone 4 times in the last 3 months. Technically, I have. I mean, I have. I know I'm not saying he has, but it's some real test of how much I want it, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I haven't actually cared, surprisingly. I'm so on the business right now. I can't even just begin to describe how driven I am with this business. Like 3 years in, I'm still going just as strong every day. And I don't like taking breaks, and it just really shows me how much I just love what I do so much. Because this is my mindset, right? I was going to say, so these are both the same formula woods. I know one's like dark colour. It didn't mean to come out like that, but the fact that it has helps me be able to defer to, but I would be able to anyway. So like, even when I push down, like this, it doesn't grip. But with this one, even the smallest bit made the whole table rock, and the boards start falling everywhere. So that's 85A, 85A. They're not split durometer, it's not dual durometer, it's just a few different elements in it. Now, if you look it up, it says it's impossible. It won't cure. I didn't believe that shit. Fair play, bro. I didn't believe that shit. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, it should not be on YouTube then. That is very, very young. Well, seems as live was for adults. I still watch my language now anyway. Thank you for the honesty. What was I saying? So yeah, I can't write that it's anything more than 85A because it is 85A. I can't change that, unfortunately. I want to, but I'm gonna have to put like street wheels, like Angst Cruisers, blended into one wheel. So as I said, power slides and reverts are super easy on them, but obviously just when you lighten the load, like obviously with 101A, you could do power slides quite easily just by literally almost turning your shoulders. Like you can easily, well not easily, it depends if you're a shit skater or not. I love skating 101A, and like even I guess a slight risk of slipping out. It's not fun, but I mean it adds to that risk a little bit. And like you got to think when you do a shove it or any trick that requires a board to proper scoop out, they're easier when I've got 101A wheels because there's less friction. But landing can make things if you put too much pressure. Like if I wanted to do a power slide really easy, all I have to do is push my shoulder out, and lighten the kind of pocket load. So you go more into like, you lean into it, you kind of turn, not down, but out. Oh, my eye. But yeah, so with the 101A, they sound like this. Let me drop it. That's a bad example. They're like a rock. These are 101A. They literally sound like a rock. Or just like really hard plastic, really. You know what I mean? So getting that, but with the same rebound, but being able to revert and power slide was like, how am I going to fucking do this? The only way to do it would be to, and what they've done is they've done hard inside pulls for the strength of the wheel, but soft outside wheel. Now, I get that, but it kind of defeats the objective. I want them the other way around. I wanted a soft inside, but a harder outside. I mean, because I want the rebounded shock, but that wouldn't work the same. So it needs to be as bouncy as 85A, but it needs to be as slidey and reverty, whatever you want to call it, power slidable, it's not a word, but making it up, as 101A or 95A at least, or 99A. And doing that apparently wouldn't be possible because that would be mixing, unless you're doing mixed drummers, but I'm using one, which is 85, just using 3 natural elements to make the wheel literally have less grip and friction. But as I said, if you look it up and did all the things, it apparently wouldn't kill, it wouldn't set, and I didn't believe it. I was like, no, I don't believe that shit. I think that's telling me what it wants me to hear, so I don't go ahead and make the wheels. And I went ahead and made them, and boom, what they do, they work. They hold up so much better than other wheels I've had. And it might be biased because I've made the wheels myself, but as I said, they feel really smooth, they roll really smooth. I like the shape of them, I like the feel of them, they sound really good with power slides and reverts. To be honest with you, yesterday it nearly slipped the fuck out really quick because it almost had like, if trying to put a bit of friction into the pocket, there was enough traction. It was like a 95 to kind of like a 95A wheel rather than an 85A, which I've had 76s before, which is the softest I've ever skated, which is one of the softer ones, all the way up to 101A, which is like one of the hardest you can get. Plus some additives people when they make new formulas, which are but they are ridiculous. If anyone's ever had that, I know I've got some. They're OJs. I've had some. I've had Spitfire before, so they're different formulas, but they're always so expensive, and it was never the wheel I was wanting. You know, I saw BAM's slime balls recently, and I was thinking, God, I hope they're soft, but with the same ability for street skating, because BAM is more of a street skater. Transition to street, I would say. I'd say he's less street. He's more, but he's not rampy. He's not, he's not vert. I'd say he's very much transition street skater, and his stuff he does on his hips and his banks and stuff like that, incredible. But those sorts of wheels, I was like, for those you want good grip, but he does blunt stools, but he does his blunt like slides in the tail, like he goes like this. Right, that's, you know what I mean. Those are sick. For those, you want some 101A wheels. You want, like, so you don't have any grip. But I'm like, but his wheels are. He's got new ones. He's just out. So not his, but I mean a crossover with him. Slime balls, and there are 100 and there was 100. Was there 99A, and then there was 76. And like 76, you would not be able to do those power slides in it. Those blunt stool power slides, you just wouldn't be able to do them because you generally would have too much friction. You know, I mean, the wheel would grip on too much. But with these, it would be possible. And I'm like, okay, so if I added that formula to a 76, would that work? I reckon it would. So I'm like, it's a similar concept, unless he's not skating with the same wheels and he's using 101A for that, and then not using the 76s there for just cruising. But I want to be able to have cruisers. I used to buy cruisers and street wheels, so 101A for street, and more 76s, or I think mainly 85s I'd get, or 95s even sometimes if I wanted to still street skating a little bit more, but I wanted a bit more grip. And I'll just literally have two on the front, the same shape, like literally the same company, same shape wheel and everything like that, just one. And that's when people do split drummer. They have two different types of drummer on their wheel, the front and the back wheel. But yeah, I always wanted them to have the same thing, so worn down the same. Because if you have softer front wheels and harder back wheels, or harder back wheels and softer front wheels, by doing power slides, after a while, you'll notice that the soft side is going to wear down just a little bit quicker than your harder side. It's more, it's less rigid, and it just kind of more like a rubber, I guess. It's less rigid, sorry, and it's unlike the harder wheels, which will just eat away. The softer wheels, I mean, which will eat away at the ground compared to the harder wheels, which is just finding that sweet spot between the both. Like I did do some power slides and I noticed a bit of like I did 2 power slides and there was a wheel lines that came off first 1 or 2 and I was like, okay, so I might have to like lighten the form a little bit, but that's fine because I did go more heavy handed with it because I knew that 85 would be extremely grippy and I was like, okay, I want to go to the higher end of the weight of the elements I can add to it to make the power slides doable and reverts feel nice and clean on 85A wheels, which was like, okay, how am I going to achieve this? And they feel like 95A. They're like 85 rebound with a feel of 95. And I said, well, in the video I posted, well, I'll post another one today, but I dropped the board on the nose, not on the nose, but like I lift it up on the, like, you know what I mean, and drop it. So like this. And then I do it on the other side, and you can see the difference because my wheels are on the back, and I'm not naming the other company's wheels are on the front of it, and mine bounce properly. Like people would think that bouncy wheels, like for anything other than a skateboard, yes, granted you're going to want harder wheels, you're going to want soft wheels, but for a skateboard, no, you're going to want harder wheels, not softer wheels. But for a skateboard, the softer the wheel, the easier it goes over stones. The easier it, and to me, when I was younger, I'd never made sense. I would have thought a harder stone would have flicked out the way harder it would have been, you know what I mean? But they're the softer, so like 76s, 85s, I don't know what I've got, roll over pretty much, not everything, but you know what I mean? They're nice and smooth, and it keeps a lot more speed for a lot more time as well. But then still wanting to be able to do power slides and reverts. I was like, okay, cool. Split durometer, mixed durometer, what can I do? I was like, I'm going to keep the same durometer, 85A, just add elements to make it not grip the same. And it worked beautifully. I'm honestly so ecstatic by that. I don't know if I can do it. It's because when I get excited, bro, I don't get excited. I just keep my cool. I'm like, oh, that's fun. That's exciting. It's kind of bullshit because I have BPD, which is an overload of emotion. And I love to think that, hey, I'd have an overload of positive emotion, right? No. I guess it helps me keep my cool when it comes to completing tasks, though. But then literally, like 2 minutes later, I'm like, right, what's the next thing? Right, what am I doing today? Did I show it on the board? Maybe. I can't remember. Where the fuck did it go? Don't judge it because it's terrible right now. But so I tried to get the water. I tried to take this back. Like I did not have the right tool to do that with. Fucking throat, right? It is a sawdust. I know it now. And then I tried to go in and just fucking mangle it up really to see if I could make it seem like the sun reflecting down. And the tool I used, let me go get the tool because this is hilarious, bro. This is not the tool to be used. Right, this is the fucker I was using for the whole board, bear in mind, for the whole board. No fine points. So to engrave it, to do rounded fucking, I mean, that was like literally like losing my finger every time. Good little challenge. I always say I have another hand. That's generally I actually have that attitude. If I lost a finger, I'm like, oh, that's shit. Then put it on some ice. But it's not the biggest issue. There's bigger things going on. Do you know what I mean? There's bigger shit to worry about. It would be a bummer. I'd be like, oh, I've always had 5 fingers, well, 8 fingers now. I'm like missing one, but so used to it fairly quick. Oh man. Oh, I did make a coffee. I was like, oh, I could really do with a coffee right now. What do you know? I have one over it. Okay, cool.
said if it actually says about the heat, how much it gets. So when it comes to making another mould, I'm going to be using a harder silicone. I'm going to try and get a metal ingot mould as well. Well, I need to try and get out to a company who's going to be not an asshole and just be like, yeah, here's one. I mean, I really doubt it. I'm like, look, do you want to just like phone up one of your old wheel molds or something? Just let me try. And then I will give you, and then when they go, what's in it for us? I'm like, this is who I'm in contact with, and this is who I'm sending my wheels to. Watch and be like, oh yeah, here you go. Sign this first, you see, because I don't even. All I'll say is they've only given a few people this opportunity. I know that for a fact because they said that to me. And apparently, the last person that sent out the person whose wheels, the bearings didn't even fit in the fucking wheel. I mean, how can you send the wheels out and not even test them yourself? I don't understand that logic. Where's my ball gone? One sec. Are you quite alright? Feels like the stupidest thing. Having that opportunity and wasting it like that. My wheels. Obviously the bearings, you've got to ignore the bearings around that stuff. But still. I didn't give it the coating, but I mean the graphics still semi on there without the coating. So I mean, with the coating it would have locked in better. Because I'm meant to have a coating anyway. I was just too keen and eager to skate them. And they are extremely soft. I mean, can you hear the difference? I can. That sounds softer. That sounds like a cunt. Right. That is a very. Do you know what? I swear, being Welsh. Every toy. I guess because she's a hunting dog. That's what they do. Oh man. Why does she destroy everything? And when you take it from her, she gets upset. I mean. Oh, pretty lovely though. What on earth? Oh. I'm using my app for music, isn't I? I'm just going to get some art up. Bear with. Right. Somehow. I don't have my ADHD boosters, so I'm going to take. My ADHD meds, so I'll take my boosters, but then I'm going to be popping them throughout the day because they last me about like an hour. I feel like a high school kid or something. Do you know in America where they just be popping Adderall? Are they quite right? Like the come down you must have after that must be shit. Oh, but there's a time for a long walk off the strip. I'm joking.
Well, I'm not. Come down as severe enough. Especially if you don't have ADHD. It's been alright. How's yours been? How's everyone's been? I mean, could have been better. I'll be honest with you. I started nice and early because, well, it wasn't early, but I mean earlier than it was going to be. And I was like, this is going to help me because my brain is already like saying, just don't do it. Just go to bed and achieve nothing. I mean, I was going to go to bed till, well, we'll get some more rest so I can then go skate. But it started to rain today. But I'm like, do I test my wheels today out in the rain because they're going to need testing in the rain as well. I just don't want it to, I'd rather the ground be wet and me stay dry. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if it can rain and then just stop raining for a bit, that'd be brilliant. That's some wishful thinking, but I mean, yeah. I'm not going to test it in snow or ice. If you want to be stupid enough to figure out what a wheel does to you in snow or ice, just go and skate that yourself. I mean, it's going to throw you on your ass. It's going to be fucking hilarious. Please record it and send it to me. And I will send you a free board or something. Oh, I should do that. I should do the best skate fails and the winner, right? We'll get like, and I don't know how to do it, but that's quite a good idea. I need to work on like fairer competitions for sure. Anyway. Myself out today, right? Because I got into 3 o'clock today, so I'm only going to like 2 o'clock for the latest in life, and then have some time, as I say, to go skate, just a little bit of time. Should be raining around then. I will upload my skating for the wheels, but I'm like, I actually get so worried that people will break. Why do you skate? I'm not even worried about it, I don't give a shit, but at the same time, it's like, it's the most annoying comments to respond to. Fingerboarding, I know I'm not great. I could be alright sometimes, do you know what I mean? Like, art is subjective. Skateboarding, I actually was really good. I just injured myself so badly. There's obviously people who see the skating can see, like, I don't know, some of the height I can get sometimes. I got quite a nice nollie. It wasn't the highest nollie, but it was clean. Like, it was a really clean nollie, and I missed getting nollie and shit like that. So I got like a nollie, frontside shove it, off the curb, onto the curb. I think I got like up into I tried to get into a blunt. Ended up just doing like a kick turn back off the curb. Up into a 50-50, but not a grind because British curbs for you. What else did I do? Nose manual, ollie. I mean, for me, I could just do manuals all day, and I'm actually content as shit. Like, I'm seriously am. It doesn't need to be too techy and crazy, but other people are like, bro, why aren't you doing this? Like, why haven't you got this? Why haven't you done that? I'm like, look, I don't even need to. It doesn't put me down. It only annoying response. I don't. I respond to at least 3 comments, right, to be nice, if I got time. Sounds really bad, but there's a reason why I don't upload full time, because I cannot commit that much time, guys. I generally can't. The lies are a bonus because I get to work alongside. Like, people get to see me every day. My mask would drop. If I'm saying, if I had a mask, if you know what I mean, if so to speak, like metaphorically speaking, if I was acting or if it wasn't real, then you would see it. It would slip. But I get pissed off with people, yes, and myself, but I still like this grounds me every single time. Which just shows my love for it, for one. Like, real fucking deep love for it. Staging festivals not math. Yeah, Fluffle said math. No, but yeah. I'm terrible at maths, so I'm just good at being creative, I guess. know this sound like I'm not even trying to clout chase. I didn't say anything yesterday. But I literally, Oliver Tree, man. Not that I was like massively into his music. There's one song I was listening to recently more, which was "Boy with the Youth." Oh, what's it called? That sounds great, isn't it? It'll be on my playlist. One second. Or not. Is it Sick of You? I don't know. Rest in peace, man. He's way too young. Holy shit. Way too young. I'm sorry, but anything below 50s, in my opinion, like 40s, is young. Even though people can live up to like 60 or 70, doesn't matter. Average age has dropped. I wonder why. Yeah, man. Is it GT? Yeah, but I've got to be screaming and shouting, and it's like literally. Oh, I don't even. I know. Oh, fuck it. Oh. So, guys, I really just met them. That's really sweet, though. Do you know why it's nice? Because a lot of people never get out of it, and they never realise that. And they don't even realise that they're potentially in some survival mode or. So when you've got to just enjoy life for what it is. Very hard to do. Massive respect for people like that. Because regardless of when you've done it in your life, they've gone and done it at some point. So many people say just end up dying. And it's, I wish I'd done that. I wish I'd done that. No, honestly, like, oh, I don't feel well today. Not the best. I don't even feel like I'm there, bro. I honestly think I am, yeah, constantly in that sort of mode. I know it's bad, but keep coming off the camera. But I'm not actually, to be fair, people have been so understanding lately. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm going to pre-roll things. I'm going to be having a rota from like next month about the times I'm going to be able to go live. Hopefully with like a month in advance, so I can actually say 4 days out of the week go live. I don't know when I think I'll figure something out. I need more of a routine with it though, I really do. But I come join a conversation like halfway and I'm like, the fuck? Enjoy. I have no idea what's going on there. Anyway. Like I said, I'm actually like, I know it sounds really stupid, but just by me being me, people want to just see B for B, and it's bro, that's some dumb as shit. I'm not gonna try and pretend to be that. Like the other day, someone's like, "Come back." I was like, "No, I've got things to do." Like, it's adult life. I was like, probably have to go live less often, to be honest. But I'll sit down in a sec once I've gone for this. And come 9, I'll engrave. Actually, no, I need to go to the shop. Potatoes. Like, Doug, are you English? Do you see potatoes like me? Potatoes, right? Potato. I just run away to Australia. Perfected the accent. I'll just be out there for another day or two. And boom, blend in with the locals. Make friends with the local wombats, my go. Right. Coffee. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I might as well. And then I will post art, engrave. I'm just, bro, I literally can't wait to get a workspace. It's gonna be incredible. So I'll be able to work as early as I want, sand down as early as I want. Generally the most difficult bullshit time right now. Oh, it just goes harder than bars, but right. I need them. I want my. I feel stupid, even stupid saying I'm going to brought my sunglasses. Sun's not even up yet. Let's just go outside. Let's go finish off. Oh, I keep making noises. Apparently, it's not autism. It's not. It's a condition very similar to autism, but it always gets taken out. It's always like, oh, poor people, you know. And then, I'm not wanting it at all. Like, at all. What's good, bro? It's, well, it's destroying that fucking toy. I don't need that. She literally is the most destructive dog I've ever had. Right there with. Well, what am I working on? This morning I'm working on some energy and some. No, I've got 2 seconds. I've not really got any plans at the moment. Not any ideas. I mean, sort of. Half engraved, half print on the board. But my printer's not working. It's the last one I fucking need right now. God is testing me. Like, I'm serious. God is testing me so hard. And that's why I say people don't believe in God. I'm like, there is no fucking way. There is no way. It's because you've not tried on yourself enough. I mean, if you push for something on enough in life, watch how it pushes back and bites back. It doesn't give, because it's like, are you really worth that? At the end of the day, Jesus was not against riches, but you have to use them for the correct thing. Do you know what I mean? That's a bit of like really on a rant and a waffle now, but it's true. Jesus is fine with you being rich as long as you use it for good as well. And obviously, I want to do charity work. I always like saying, I can see what's in my heart, is also your determination and your will, which is apparently endless, which is funny, because, I mean, growing up, it never was that way. I quite literally gave in so many to drink, smoke. I'm back, right? Ugh. Let's see if the pointer works. For one. And I really don't know, man. It's so shit this side of the room. And with a lack of resources. So, with a lack of resources, still want to try and make something. I'm going to be able to make something. It's me. It's just a question of what. Right, brainstorm. I was so close to chopping down an old board into like little bricks and utilizing them to make a literal like obstacle out of bricks, but like wooden brick. But they'd be like, I don't know, I thought this looked quite cool because how the boards are like layered. It would look better if I had coloured boards to cut down. Think. At one point, I was close to making the world's smallest thing. Like a really, really tiny one. Going like maybe a keychain or something, but yeah, just defeats your. By doing stuff like that, it kind of like ruins the pricing a little bit. And then I was tempted to take my trucks off of the tech deck I have and see how those kind of compare in comparison to the trucks I have. So that's just a test. Someone told me trucks do matter, and I'm like, they don't. It's the bushings. They'll do the same thing. Oh, I'm so tired. Right. So, I tell you what I could do actually is going and stain this board a little bit more. It does need more stain. I was tempted to go and give it some shadowing. But I'm where the sun's, there's no sun, it's a moon, so like there's not really any shadows from the moon. To a degree, there might be darker patches. I just feel like it's missing something. It feels incomplete. God knows what that is. And then when it's 9 o'clock or something, I'll know I'm gonna go shop then. When I'm back from the shop, I'll sand down the deck. Literally the last deck I've got to refurbish. And literally I'm so pissed, but it just shows you the true intent of people's real colours don't. So I was gonna I think I wake up just a little bit more. So this guy I'm going to spot, well, I was going to sponsor. I was going to chuck me some old decks to refurbish, just to sand them down, practice like engraving some, printing graphics on some. And he just like copped out. I have no idea why. And then like I spoke to somebody else and just said, look, you know this person, is like, is everything okay? And they just said, look, I don't even know really. Like, and I asked them that did they seem a little bit off? And from the response I got, I could tell that they were, but they didn't want to say anything. He was like, I still ride for your team, man. He was just like, I don't get it. I think, and when I say about jealousy, because the other day someone was like, I don't like that whole thing. It really angers me because it's so like he's a better skater than I am by a long shot, like tenfold, 100-fold, a millionfold, and I accept that. And it doesn't like I don't get beat up about it or torn up about it. It is what it is. We all have our strong suits. Mine happens to be being boring and business-like. There's nothing really fun about that. I don't know why you would get jealous about it. But I mean, even if I did have a mate or I knew somebody who was starting a team or a company and they managed to make it quite far up and be in contact with some people, and that would annoy me. That'd be like, oh, that's awesome, bro. And if they offered me a job, I'd be like, yeah, 100%. And what confuses me, this motherfucker's older than I am, and I thought people last generation, well, millennials had a better mindset than we did for work. That's all I'm saying. I know some do, but I mean, I'm like, bro, I don't. It just confused me. People confuse me. Life confused me. Yeah. Oh. Alright, anyway, not going to rattle my brain about it too much. Is what it is. So obviously those boards are not going to be able to get any off of him. I thought it was a perfect little trade deal, isn't it? I give them a job opportunity. Massive one. They get wheels, custom merch, custom skateboard, and all I want is some old cheap boards that are broken in the cupboard. I didn't even need that. It was because he said it was fun to. I'm like, ugh, man, people, honestly. So that's why I'm a bit set back, to be honest with you, because I would have tried to get more decks, but I knew I had a lot. And I wasn't like keen on buying a whole load more just to sand down or potentially get wrong. I needed practice decks, ones that just didn't really matter. But hey ho. Good. Oh shit, fair play. Well, be careful. Sounds dangerous. That's fine. I'm literally going to be trying to work until 3 or 2:30 anyway. So you're probably not going to miss, no one's really going to miss much in this lovely early time period, when I get this video, because I am pretty much like I said, bro, every day I wake up feel concussed, like my pillows beat me up, because it's like, I'm not hurting, I was sore, I just feel tired as shit. On some days I get like my hair oversensitizes me because it's just all in my face on my days, but like it's kind of my choice. But then if I got a cut, I'd hate something. So like I said, like what time is it now? I don't even know if it's like 8:30 or something. Yeah. So yeah, I will be back on. Well, I'm stay on now anyway, but I'll be off at 9 and then probably back on at like 9:30, right? And then from 9:30 on to like 2:30. Well, like 9:45, probably 9:30. It's 8:30 now, so like an hour from now. But I'm gonna try and do like half an hour more of whatever the fuck I'm doing. I need to engrave this a little bit more. I need to add more to it. It's missing stuff. Like, do I do birds? Do I stain it a little bit more? Do I do some darker areas? These are the things I am. But the only things I can do this early because it's so. I mean, I literally wish I could sand down stuff and engrave, but I don't want to be that neighbour. When I have a workspace, it'd be incredible. So I mean, I'll work from whatever time I can. Do you know what I mean? There's someone who, where I wanted to get a workspace, but fuck, it's expensive. Is there's a business park over near where I escape, and they've got like no, it's just all industrial, right? So there's no actual residential areas, right? Like living areas in this on this thing. So there's somebody who goes there and drums, and you can hear them in the distance at night, just quietly, well, subtly, kind of from where I am, because we're kind of close to it. But clearly, just shows you can work all night in these things, and it doesn't matter because it's off of the residential kind of area, living areas, which is really what I need. I need I need a workspace like that. It's so bad. But they're very expensive, I see. But the fact there's a drum over there, and he drums day and night. I I would like to think he's a drummer of a band or something because it's very expensive to rent one of those places out. I mean, ridiculous. And it's just a bummer. It's Frankie Stop Hicks. I have to wait until like 9 o'clock every day before I can do any major work, like any sanding down or any engraving or anything like that. Even any fingerboarding really, because I've just decided like fingerboarding every day at like some days I've gone in and done it like 8:30, like now, or a little bit earlier, but I would be the worst neighbour ever if I did it any more than that. Oh. So yeah, plan today. See if the printer works, but I'm gonna do that when I come back. So, or I'll do it in a minute. Sorry guys, I hope I'm having a good Tuesday. I'm trying to wake up with it this morning. I literally feel like I said like I've been knocked out with sandbags or something. Like it didn't hurt, but I'm concussed. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll see if the printer works. I really, really, really need this printer to work. Because I could do the decals for the wheels as well. The reason I'm going to utilise going down the shop at 9 as well is so I can obviously practice with these shitty ass wheels. I'm joking, they're brilliant. My own wheels. I just like mocking. They're actually really, really smooth. Got good grip, like 85A, but they're more like 90 because they are 85A because of the element I've mixed in there. They have less grip, so they act more like 95, but they're 85, so they're good for street skating. But the reason they are like 85 is because it is. So I find it funny. The reason it's like 85 is because it is 85. So, but if anyone knows the difference between the drummers, the 85A or something would be really bouncy, really soft. That's what you want for a lot of shock absorbent pebbles and stuff like that. Where the harder the wheel, the better for street skating. So these are not mixed drummer or whatever they are, one drummer, but they act like 95A, but they're 85A. So they're more bouncy. They, to be honest with you, I'm getting them close up to 100A, 99A at least. Not actually in drummer, they're 85A, but as I said, they power slide and they revert like because the elements mixed in it. But you'll notice a difference when you bounce these wheels compared to some other 95 or even 100 one. They sound so bouncy, but they power slide exactly the same. Because I'm doing it at the moment. This is my deck I'm skiing. It's not my deck, but I will be switching over to my deck soon. These are my wheels. These are some undisclosed, not going to name what they are, but these are rock hard. They're either 95A and 100 and, I don't know, something like that. No, sorry. Mine are like 95A, and the ones I've got on there are 101A, but then my own wheels too. And the reason I wanted to have such like 85 and 101A should feel drastically different when it comes to power slides. It shouldn't feel, but it doesn't because of the formula I've mixed in it. But the smoothness of my wheels, because they are like 85, is on another parallel. And I think it feels so weird because it feels like I'm skating street wheels. Like it feels like I'm skating 101A wheels. But in realism, like it also doesn't for the shock feeling. Like every ollie I landed, like normally I get not like shin splints, but I get a lot more of a painful back after a short period of time of skating when it comes to what do you call it? The street wheels I use, 101A or 101A, 95A, like all these 101A typically to like 99 and sometimes 95. You definitely feel a bit more of the shock. Because somebody argued with me saying, no, the harder the wheel, the better. No, the harder the wheel, the more shock it absorbs. And I was like, did you just Google wheels? And then I was like, yeah, because I'm pretty sure with wheels it's it's so weird, it's the opposite. And I don't know if it's because those wheels are like inflated with air, they are rubber, where a urethane skateboard wheel is urethane, so it's like completely rubber. It's not like it's got air in it like a tire. It's a wheel. But having these at 85A, so they're shock absorbent as shit. Like they take feels like every pebble and every rock and crack. But they power slide like 95A to 101A ish, between that range. So easily 99A because of the elements I mix in it. Well, I know these rules are going to pop off. I know it. As soon as I hand them out to the skaters, because obviously the skaters I know, I'm going to hand them out for free, just so it's not like anyone's getting that. Has to. It's not pay commission. I'm just getting it for free. I want people to test it out. Tell me what they truly think of them. So I completely forgot I was on live. I just zoned out for a sec. So yeah, I'm going to skate the board again. So in the third test, I can't class it as that. So obviously, if you follow for a while, you know that would formulate my skateboard wheels. They're 85A, but they act like anywhere between 95 to 101A for the my brain for power slides and reverts. But for like if you listen, it does sound different. Even if I need to hold it close, it's a fair test. Slightly. I'll post it on the video because it's a better one. I'm dropping it on the curb on one side, more bounce on the 85, which there should be because it's more rebounds, like a softer wheel. But then it's still power sliding exact same. So I'm posting it in the same video. You can see it's the same wheels. And that's what I've wanted my whole life really, was wheels that because I lived in the UK, I've loved street skating, but the curbs and the pavements and the roads are just not built for it. Power slides, reverts, everything becomes very difficult because of pebbles, cracks, bumps. So you ideally want cruisers, but then they're just harder to do any tricks on. That. Even like Shovits become harder if you have 76A wheels because they grip so much that if you want to scoop, you have to scoop so much more. If you've got 101A wheels, they're like hard plastic. So you know what I mean. They are a little bit more scary, but I love hard street wheels. So I've never been. I used to be able to put 85 A's on the back, something like that, and then I'd have like maybe 95 on the front or 99 or whatever I could find. Same brand, so you know, so it's the same shape. Just so I can have a bit of split job. Obviously, keep an eye on where the nose and tail is. For scoopy tricks, I would obviously have harder wheels at the back, and then it would make it easier because when you caught it, it would be then ground to the front, meaning when you also land at the back, you have more grip because the softer wheels that are at the front come round to the back where you then land. So it could help if you're doing a bit of transition on some ramps because you ideally just need two for main bit of traction and grip. Obviously, all grips, not like you're just going fucking nowhere, like doing donuts. But if anyone's ever tried to do 101A wheels on a ramp, you definitely feel the potential slide more and give, which is if you even slightly turn your shoulders out too much, you slip out. I have done a stream on skate before, and I will do it. I need to get like a dongle or something. But normally, I'm obviously doing arts. This isn't a great board. I'm doing at the moment. It's really not. It's nowhere near finished, but I do like the look of it. I'm gonna head to the shop now, guys. So I'll be back. I'm gonna skate again. I'll post a video today, probably between the lives when I come back on. I'll be back on before 9. Because like, if I go now, I can get it all over and done with. I'll be on till 3:30 today, or like no, probably like 3. Actually, no shit, probably like 2:30. Get it right. But I will upload the video between now and 10 of. This is why I don't post it because obviously I'm rusty as fuck. I've been sat at the desk for like a year doing graphics and formulating stuff, and now the summer's coming back around again. I'm like, well, I need to test my rules. It's a perfect time to test them. But as I say, I will be doing streaming, skating and streaming for sure. Just wait for a warmer day, and then yeah, I'll take the camera outside and do it. And it'll be when I've got a full set of my wheels, which I'm so excited to release. Bye bye. I am too excited to release, and I also got a flush back. They're gonna be a slightly different shape, but they've got a flush back and slightly round in front because I like the round in front of it. I don't never like flat wheels particularly too much, but on the back, if you want to do like any grinds, they lock in better because they're flushed. Where if they are rounded, it's a slight slope where if you're doing crooks or over crooked, or even backside 5-0, anything like that, so it's just a 5-0. I just like backside 5-0s. Yeah, front or backside doesn't matter. If you're doing 5-0s, anything, you just even 50-50s. If you're even doing cross lock or anything like that, you technically want a more flush wheel to be able to lock it easier. And I never like the fact that every wheel is either super rounded on both sides or flat. Some of them even go inwards, which I don't mind that. That's okay, as long as it's flushed or at least inverted slightly, just so it can lock in with the grind. But as I said, it's mostly urethane, but having it act like a street wheel. So I'm gonna call them jankies, but I don't know what to call. Yeah, it'd be like street wheel and a cruiser, like plus. I'd be like probably like a plus or something, so into one. Because I've always wanted to be able to provide cheaper wheels. I've got more than that. I've done skateboards, jumpers, tops, and beanies, fingerboards, and everything now. But I always wanted an affordable skate company, right? That was like my dream goal as a kid. Not for me to own, just I wanted there to be a company that was like almost like, I don't know, Sheen and Thrasher combined. But like, obviously, Sheen's a bit wishful thinking there. Nothing of that cheap. I mean, there's stuff for literally like a quid in there, which is what I mean. I've got waxes for like £1. There's stuff that's fair, even it doesn't matter how big the company gets. Even if it's considered branding, I'm not going to be like, and I am casting it as branded because it doesn't matter if you say it's branded. It's branded. I was looking into it, and that's true. So say the same as a beanie, like, and a jumper already, and then the same with the wax. But the wax won't be like, oh, we're going to add a branded price tag on there. The wax will be as much as wax costs, like £2-3. You know, the grip tape the same. I've seen companies just add a price tag because of the, and I understand it to a degree because people are paying that, and that's their, people are going to pay it, and that's their choice. twisting anyone's arm really. But yeah, I wanted to make an affordable skate wheel, at least the one with my part formula, and it's cheaper, they're easier to, they're quicker set, still urethane, but as I said, dream goal was one day there would be a wheel that I wouldn't have to change over. I have a cruiser board and a street skating board. I could technically skate it at the park. I could skate it, still do power slides. Not as easy as 101A, but like 95A to 101A sometimes, depending on the surface. If it's a proper gritty ground, then yeah, it's going to be difficult because it's still 85A. It's just it's not even mixed geometer, dual geometer. There's one geometer. It's just the four elements I mixed in there. Which when I was doing the research, it was like, it won't set, it won't cure, it won't work. And I was like, bullshit. I have this feeling like it's gonna work. And it did. I feel like it told me what it wanted me to hear. I know that from it, you know what I mean. And then all I said, I said it a few times before. If you managed to hear it before, then fair play. But out of respect, I won't say it because I've asked them and they said, yeah, don't name us with anything yet until it's set in stone. They are giving me the address when the wheels are ready to send out to. That is guaranteed. But I honestly really have this real big feeling that they're going to love the wheels. And all I say is that a massive skate company, all will be revealed in due time. Hopefully not that long, but I mean, it could be up to a year until I want to perfect the wheels. Like, not want to, I'm going to be perfecting them. But the testing period, giving them out to multiple skaters, getting them to test it, because obviously I want transition skaters to use it, vert skaters to use it, for like proper height, some gnarly street skaters. I mean, because there's only so much testing I can do. It's withstanding my body weight, which isn't. Like, I'm not saying it's loads to it's like really. I'm like this far off a 6 foot, so I'm not a small skater because I mean, average skaters do better under 5'10". Being over 6 foot is not great. It makes everything feel that little bit taller. And if there's anyone tall skaters, even know exactly what I'm on about. But yeah, I'm just so excited, man. Get the decks out too. So yeah, I actually have, but this is the exciting thing, bro. Wait, did I miss a message before? OJs, I think. I'd say OJs or Spitfires, but they were always so expensive, and they're good and they're worth it. I'm not shitting on them at all. But I wanted something more affordable, right? These aren't urethane at all. Ready? Bro, it's because it's so dusty right now, I don't even sound. And you can hear a screech there, right? No urethane at all in this, because I've only been working with urethane for a month now, ish. These are the wheels I've been quite well, but they're the same as those. No urethane. And people were like, how'd you get the sweet urethane? Because there's plenty of other like liquid rubbers, so to speak, other sort of casting. I don't want to give too much away. Other things you can cast with. That's also why I do say school kind of helps to a degree. You pay attention, learn some bits between the brainwashing. But yeah, so I wanted to be able to say what I learned, try and make these rules. But as I said, fine, urethane worked, all good. So my formula worked all good, but the urethane with the stuff that I was setting it with wasn't meant to work. All the research pointed towards it being a dead end. People tried it, so to speak, not for necessarily wheels, but just when you do research, you see what I mean. It goes. You don't just go, okay, people may use it. Has this been used in a commercial type setting? Has this been used? And you do so much research. You don't just click on your first few Google pages. You look on scientific papers and studies and research papers and stuff like that. And when you read them, you're like, huh? Because it's just like letters and numbers jumbled in, and there's a key because of how fucking hard things are to find and what each word means. And yeah, you kind of get the hang of it after a while, because I have to write my own few files. There's something called phyloconformity, which is conforming to essentially make sure there's nothing toxic in your products, which was pretty much the same thing. It was like EN-71. You write that out, then they know what that means, so you don't have to write out exactly what that means, which is even more long-winded. So it's essentially coding everything for a file, and when people read it, the people have exactly what those codes mean, or they know what they mean. But knowing all of them would probably be quite hard, so it will have like almost like a dictionary for a thesaurus. Is that the word? You know what I mean? Don't bore everyone with it. That's by half the time when I wasn't going live, because doing it on the live would have been so boring and giving away so much of what I was doing to get the formula right. As I said, all the research said online that it wouldn't work. people had tried similar things. So yeah, I can't believe it did. I can't believe, I knew it would work because I was like, when you understand the basis of science, I was looking at the researchers and I was like, this doesn't make sense. It should be working right now. But obviously not for me. I hadn't tried it yet. I was like, but what they're doing, that should be working. I don't know if people have ever found any inconsistencies themselves in any like research. It's interesting, and I always wonder if it's a deliberate mistake chucked in there just so people who aren't well educated in some things are not well educated at all. Just when it comes to like scientifics, studies as well. I feel like they may be fraudulent on purpose sometimes. I don't know, it can be a massive shoot like stab in the dark. But I really do feel like it's a bit suspicious because some of the things like, well, it should have worked. Like when you I'm trying to give a good example. When you're casting stuff, it's a well-known fact, right? When you're like doing it as a hobbyist, you're like, okay, casting resin, let's say epoxy resin, those will mix. If you try and mix something in with it like an oil, it might not set because it fucks up with the curing process. But there's certain things you're like, well, they definitely would work. So like butter in a cake, cool. I can't think of any examples that like. There's certain things like, okay, that might curdle, or that doesn't go together, or that there's certain ingredients that like that's a weird one to put together that wouldn't necessarily work. What I was looking at online with the research was like someone telling you that bolognese and and spaghetti don't go together. And you're like, it's a dish. It exists because you swear that this would have been mixed for many commercial products, so to speak. Anything like I don't want to say too much to give stuff away because also I'm talking about my favorite. And then even with the coming in the skateboards, it's like, would that formula mix well with my skateboard formula I made? The urethane. And I know it won't if I for the curing process. Lies. I think it is like, I think it's made up on purpose. Anyway, I'm going to head to the shop now. Literally, I'm skating down there and skating back, so it takes me like about 10 minutes, maybe like 15 minutes. I just can't be bothered. Fuck, I've got fucking energy up out of somewhere. Oh shit. Oh, good on you. That's a good act of the day done. The deed of the day. Well, you may have done more. I'm not saying you haven't. Oh, please. I don't want to go down the road. I've got to. Right. I'll be 15 minutes ish. And I swear I had a plan saying I was going to do when I came back and I forgot it. Oh well. It lost my brain time to rest. I definitely had a plan to do something. Oh well. That's actually really jarring. Because it gave me peace of mind. Because I know what I'm doing when I come back. Oh shit. Oh well. I might stay in another deck or two. I want to do that more like that stony effect I done again, like the jade stone, the marble stone thing. That's not what is art, or whatever the fuck I'm saying. Right? I don't care. I just do, and if it looks good, it looks good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. People are like, so this method's called contour. I don't know. I don't know. It's like me. It's like I learned what a kickflip was. No, sorry. That's a bad example because I knew what a kickflip was before. Because I mean, people know what a kickflip is. I've only done a varial heel, or was it a half flip before I knew what one was, like the name of one. Right? And people go, that's impossible. It is possible. Right? How do you feel like someone came up with the trick in the fucking first place? They didn't know what the name of the trick was because the trick didn't exist. But yet they made the trick up because they done it on the spot and boom, a trick is invented. So when people tell me you can't do a trick without knowing the name of it, you can because, you know, I done a forward flip before I knew it was called either a forward flip or a dragon flip. Or is it no, it's a dolphin flip, isn't it? Before I knew it was called a dolphin flip or a forward flip. It was like a weird kick flip off the nose and the ball rotated a weird. And then, as I said, a half flip as well. A frontside shove it and a kick flip. But that was a weird one. That was weird because I remember doing that thinking it didn't feel like a clean trick. It didn't feel like it'd be a trick that existed. I made something new. And then when I got older, I realised that it was a hard flip and it existed. I was like, oh, fuck you then. And yeah, good luck making a trick up. Because that's what I mean. Like, people go, oh, you can't do a trick without naming it. You need to know the name of the trick before you don't know. Rodney Mullen done half the tricks and came up with the tricks. And they didn't have a name. I mean, it was, you know, before it was called a kick flip, they called it a magic flip. So I just love the history of it. I just find it too interesting. And that is probably the average kid that grew up in the early 2000s or 90s without technology and learned to skate either by watching skate parks, and if they name the trick in it cool, then what you might do, like written down there somewhere, but sometimes you'd even have to get a magazine afterwards and it would have a picture of them at that spot naming the trick they did. They'd go, oh, that's the name of the trick. Because they'd be like just heavy metal or death metal or just like hip hop playing in the background. So you're like, fuck it, I don't know what that trick is. You've seen it maybe. You maybe even see, like, actually Tony Hawk's probably a good place for people to learn the names of tricks because obviously it would come up right at the bottom below it. But to be honest with you, on the pixels back then, it was kind of hard to figure out what the ball was really doing. Looking back now, the graphics in my head were so much better at the time. I mean, they were like prime shells. Like, this is amazing. Now I look back, I'm like, it's giving me a headache. It's like that 3D fucking screen, you know, the blue and red one. Anyway, I will be back in 15 minutes. Alright. I don't want to be. No, I want to. That's all right. Right, I'll be back in 15. I don't think it's going to stop raining. Oh god. Perfect time to test the water durability of these wheels. Now, these power slide really well. I'm going to try and do a power slide where it's wet. This is going to end funny because I'm going to come back with a power slide watch. This is the way it is. It's funny because my point about happily testing my own product is I'm happy. I'm bombing it down a hill, going about 30 mile an hour. Okay, that's probably a bit fast, isn't it? I don't know because at ABEC 9, 10, I don't know. Is it 11 a thing? I don't even know if it is. They're good. They're good bearings. And they're good wheels. I mean, I'm bombing. There's a hill. I'm probably easily going 15, 20 mile an hour by the end of this hill. I don't know why, but I feel like that's just kind of like brave to just do it on something you've molded and casted yourself at that speed. Not brave, but it's just like, fuck it. It shows the attitude I have towards it. But yeah, peace. I'll be back in 15 minutes if I can be snappy with it. You know when you're just dreading something, like the inevitable. Like, even if I had a car, it wouldn't make it any easier because I like to skate still. I'd probably still skate. It's good, it's downhill and it's stony as shit. Oh, perfect. Okay, actually, no, this is good because this is going to really test the quality of the ball. Now, do I skate with my soft wheels forward? Probably. To go over any stones first. That's what this. Oh, come on, you got this.
Peace. Wish me luck. No motivation in me this morning, absolutely for anything. I'll be back. I'm gonna end the live. It's probably easiest. But yeah, I was hoping my brain would reactivate and remember, because I know for a fact I'm gonna come back and probably not remember exactly what I was gonna do today. Okay, and I'm gonna upload the clip of me skating the wheels. Don't judge my skating, okay? You've got to deal with the shittiness of my skating. It's the quality of the wheels that's important, not the quality of the skill. Anyway, peace, love. I'll catch you guys in 20 minutes. Yeah, give me 20 minutes. Peace, love.